Okay, I actually forgot to record to start my recording. Okay, so please forgive me. Uh, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's go on. This is not the only session we're going to have. So, and thank God Perry has not spoken. So, he's the bigger speaker. So, he's well. So, planning phase is what I'm going to focus on for the next 10 minutes. Thank you for that question, my sister, because that question actually reminded me the recording was turned off. I had not started recording. It's my brother, Steve. Okay. So, first of all, do we understand the importance of planning? Or is it something that we assume we know? Assumption is one of the things that kills people a whole lot, especially in this part of the world where there's so much ignorance. One, what is the importance of planning? Avoid waste. It avoids waste of time and resources, or it enables you to maximize the resources available to you if you plan well. Planning will help you to avoid waste of time. Some people, there are too many people that come to me haven't spent time and money and resources elsewhere without result. And after all those harrowing experiences, they now come to me and they were not trying to salvage a sports, a system, a matter that is almost having no solution. Some I've seen some recordings that are so badly done, they bring it to us to try and rectify. We are busy. We spend more time rectifying the bad recording than it would have taken to do a fresh recording. So if you don't plan well enough, that's some of the challenges you will experience. To allow for honest assessment of your capacity. Now, I know there's a tendency that we can overrate ourselves. Okay, there's a tendency to overrate yourself, and there's sometimes when you feel I'm tight enough, I'm tight, or people one or two persons say, my brother, you did very well, especially from our sisters. You don't know that maybe the guy is even eyeing you for something else. He's come to tell you, you sang very well. Probably you were singing off key. You would not think that, oh, yeah. In fact, why am I wasting time? I should go and record now. You know, so, but planning helps you to properly assess your capacity. Okay. Number three, it's also help you explain your motives. Okay, especially for gospel artists. Why are you singing? I keep asking gospel artists, why are you singing? Why did you decide to become a music minister? Okay. All right. Some people want to do that for money, for whatever it is. Whatever, explain your motives. It helps you. Okay. Number four, it helps you to study the terrain and map a winning strategy, because the industry is a business. What we are doing is business. Okay, there's what is called the showbiz. It's an entertainment industry. Okay, I know in the gospel side we have more. It has more significance. All right, but all in all, it's still an industry because you want to sell. So you need to have some understanding. Thank God Mr. Perry is here. He's going to give us some fundamentals. He's also going to be here next month. We're going to be working together, for a while on this project. Okay, so it's important to know. So let me rush up. I have like 5 minutes more. So why should I record? Now, this is the place where you answer why. Is it to make money? Is it for fame? Is it as a ministry, or is it for self-fulfillment? Please answer this question to yourself as honestly as possible. It can be a combination of two. Now, none of them is actually bad. But what is your priority? You see, one thing about in the Christian walk is that, one thing God gives you a particular duty and attaches other blessings to you. The Bible says, seek ye first. I'm not here to preach. Today is Sunday. I heard a lot of messages today, and I'm sure that's okay. But what I'm saying in effect is this. If you're a gospel artist, I'm talking to gospel artists now. I'm aware we have one or two secular artists here, but I'm talking to gospel artists now. If you know you are in this for money, I'm sorry, you're going to have a lot of hard time. The reason being, you may be disappointed. Okay, if you don't see that money, you feel bad. Okay, because most people do not get to see the money at the beginning. That's the honest truth. You may see it later, but they don't get to see it at the beginning. So I have that at the back of your mind. Okay. Now, if for fame, ministry, whatever it is, just that question is for you to answer. Then when should I record? When should I record? Okay. Now, when I say spiritual, is that you need to have spiritual considerations, especially for those who are gospel. I know I'm going to talk. I know I'm talking more to a lot of gospel singers because I know you have more here. Okay. What do you have a spiritual connection to knowing that it is the right time to record? It is important to check your spirit, because music is spiritual. I'm one of those people who believe that music is spiritual. There's a kind of music you hear in an environment to make you do what you didn't plan to do. There's an music you hear in an environment you're planning to do something, and it will stop you from doing that thing you wanted to do. That tells you that music in itself has power. Okay, so I believe music is spiritual. So you need to hear if you're a music minister, then there need to be financial consideration. You need to have certain amount of money. You need to be able to pay your studio fees. You need to pay your producer. And let us not say God bless you to producers, because we also have families to feed. Okay, so you need to be financially ready. That is when you know you're ready. Then socially, you need to be ready socially. You need to be ready musically. I talked about proper honest assessment of your capacity. So you need to be ready, to be able to deliver to that audience. Remember that the likes of your Tim Godfrey, your Dulce, Natalie Bassi, and all of that, they are in the same industry you're trying to get into. They are still singing to the same people you hope to sing to. So you need to check your talent. You need to check your skill level. It's not up, talent is not enough. Have you brushed it up to the level where it's required, where you are able to meet up the demands of the ministerial shoe you want to enter? Okay. So then where should I record is the next question. And then the following things should determine that for you. One, cost. Okay. Everybody must not record in the best studio. I'm a witness. In fact, I record Oluwa show me love. I'm going to today. I recorded it in my room. In fact, I still use my room for most of my digital recording till today. Nobody knows that. But you see, it's not about the equipment. It's about the person. It's easier to have a good production, okay, with a good engineer in a not so fantastic setup than a poor engineer or poor producer in the best of studios. Take that to the bank. Say that anywhere. I'm telling you the truth. So it is the person that matters more than the place. Okay. All right. So that is one is cost. Go to where you can afford. Look for where you can afford. Then logistics. Some of us will choose a studio that is too far away, where maybe you need to do rehearsals there. You need to, and then it strains you and it drains you. Or maybe the day of your recording, you're supposed to start recording by maybe 8 a.m. and by 12, you are caught up in traffic. You're not able to. So all those things I think you should consider. A lot of people overlook these little details. That's why I'm bringing it to your knowledge today. Maybe you can take notes. Okay. Then equipment needed. Of course, there are some studios that are meant for certain kinds of recording. Okay, there are certain recordings I don't record in my home studio. I take it to some other places to record, like the Oluwa Show Me Love song. I recorded this somewhere because I needed that big space. So you need to check the kind of your song, work with your producer to know exactly what equipment you will need, so that you can choose a place that has what you want. Not that on the day of recording you discover that you needed percussions and percussions are not there. No arrangement was made. Okay, or you needed a studio that has good lighting, and then unfortunately the cameraman is complaining because there's no proper lighting. And one of those things is you always go to check where you want to record days and months ahead. I remember when Mama Ngozi wanted to record, wanted to do it on the event. We went all the way to Lekki to go and check the place. That's how you walk. That's how you prepare. Okay, don't assume. And then musical consideration. Musical considerations have to do with you, and then the producers you're working with and all of that. So are they people that are they the people that are working there? Okay, are they people that you can work with? Okay, no, I think I've jumped that. Equipment needed and relationship factors. Okay, now relationship factors have to do with people you know. All right. Oh, I know Dr. Paul. Let me call up Dr. Paul because I know him. Oh, it's a good thing. Oh, I know all those other producers we have. All right. You can call them. So relationship also going to affect where you eventually record. Then finally, with who should I record? That's another question you must answer. This is planning phase, so we are still planning. Okay. You don't talk about skill and specialization considerations for the personnel. The skill and specialization. Then there's some producers that are focused on dancehall, hip hop, Afro pop, and things like that. And the current style now that we have now, this South African style now. Can somebody tell me remind me the name in the chat? If you like such music, nice music, there's a name for it. Let me see if some of us listen to this kind of music. Amapiano, thank you. That's Johnson. Okay, beautiful style of music, originated in South Africa and all that, and it's everywhere, even in gospel and everywhere. It's beautiful. I don't believe any music is satanic. If you are here, let me tell you now, because we are the ones to preach the right gospel of what music really is to our listeners. If you're one of those people that believe that the style of music is satanic, you are missing it too. Bible says every good and perfect gift coming from where? Above. It's God that gives the gift. Okay? So never you believe that because somebody is doing reggae music, it means he's an unbeliever. That era has passed. So Amapiano, you can do it and that will be your next hit. Okay? So, but what I'm saying in effect is that when it is time to discuss with who should I record or with whom will I record, consider very carefully the specialization of that person. Now there's a production that was brought to me to correct. Now the song was supposed to be like a Nathaniel Bassey, the same kind of feel, live kind of music. Though of course they didn't have enough money to go and do a live recording, so they digitalized it we did it as a synthesized production. Now the guy, it was so much like an Afro pop, so much like an Afro pop. I can hear the congas, those their congas, I can hear all those their shakers and all. The lady was just complaining that she doesn't know something is not rhyming. She didn't even understand. Okay, because anytime she watches Martin Abasi or so, that's what is in her mind. But the producer did something else. Okay, so because it's not as if the producer is a bad producer. That does not reduce the level of quality of the producer. But it's just that she as the artist did not consider where that person's strength lies. Do you understand? So you need to work with people based on their strengths. If you come to Dr. Paul, live recordings, reggae, live productions are my thing. Okay, of course, occasionally we do everything. Nigeria, the more things you do, the better for you. But of course, you know that when I'm doing like a reggae music, a worship music, a praise music, a church music, basically, Dr. Paul is the person to go through. Okay, so or live recording generally, there's some music that should not be live recorded, and let me tell you that for free. Okay, if I'm doing highly synthesized music, like electronic music, like hip hop and all those ones, they are far better done in a digital environment. Okay, so you need to be able to clarify this to yourself, before you go. So in summary, for this phase, I told you that this is just the first phase. I'm going to hand over to my brother now. I think it's almost 7:30. The time is almost up. Okay. Okay, 7:34. So let me just round up here. So let me just run through this quickly. Be sincere and honest with yourself. Number 2, seek guidance and consult wisely. That's why we have people like us here. Okay. Of course, I collect consultation. But those in our WhatsApp group, I will consult for you freely to 11. Okay, just for you. But for those who are going to participate in our Bosch Blight live recording, which is coming up soon, some people have already registered, some people have already paid for it. Okay, I'm planning heavily for this next edition. So in case you are here and you're already in this phase, you're ready to start because what ends this phase is a payment to start to a studio or to somebody to start to start planning preparation now. Okay, to start the preparation stage. This is just the planning stage, to start the preparation stage. So you can chat me up after this. But I will announce everything to you here. So there's nothing to hide. The prize is open, everybody knows. But I'll tell you at the end of this meeting. Okay. So I said be sincere, okay, seek guidance. Family can help motivate you, but can also frustrate. So be careful about how you involve family in your musical journey. Okay, they can help you, they can motivate you, but they can also be frustrating to you. Okay, maybe your father wants you to be a medical doctor, you want to be a music minister. So those are those challenges. We know how to merge things. Okay, and be sensitive of times and seasons. Know the right time to release your music. Know the right time to come forth. Okay, pay attention to trends in the industry as a guide. The trends should not ultimately determine when you record the music, but they should guide you. And a recording artist should be recording almost all the time. And you don't have to release everything at the same time. You just keep recording and store them, but just be careful so that you don't store things too long and their time passes. That's why you need to be sensitive to times and seasons. Okay. Then you need to answer carefully the following questions. This is where I'm going to end so my brother can talk. Do I have my skills, that's talent, polished enough? Number 1. Number 2, do I have songs that can connect to my intended audience? That's number 2 question. Number 3, do I have access to the required resources to power the project? If you can answer that question in the affirmative, that's yes, then you are ready to record. Thank you for listening. Let me just hand over to Mr. Perry at this point, and then let him take us to the next level. I've stopped sharing now. I hope you got something out of this. Your questions, I can take your questions at the end of this of the meeting. Okay. So, Mr. Perry, please. He's in charge of Livera.com. Okay. And one of the things we are doing is that we are partnering on this up to that level. So even after we record those people that are going to participate in our Bush Night this time around, we are going to have a special deal with Perry and Ibera for you, so that we can help distribute your music online and those places. All those things are cut, those are little expenses to cut away if possible. We're trying to help you with that. So, but Mr. Perry, take it away so I don't take it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Paul. Please let me know if you're seeing my screen. If you can just comment in the comments. Tell me if you're seeing my screen so that I will know that can say yes, 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 that you're seeing my screen if you're seeing my screen. Are you seeing my screen? Fantastic, fantastic. All right. The other thing I would also require from you is if your camera is on, you might want to just put off your camera because it will help to conserve your bandwidth so that you can hear me clearly also. That is if you want to. If you don't, it's okay. If your camera is on, you want to just put it off so that it will help you to. All right, fantastic. So good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. My name is Perry Martins. I'm known as Perry Martins, but my name is Martins Okonkwo, but I'm popularly known as Perry Martins. And this evening, we're going to be talking about promotion and monetization strategy. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dr. Paul, for this meeting. Today I was just thinking about how long I've known Dr. Paul. Back in the days when I used to come to Festac to see him and Jerry and a lot of all the other guys. It's a long time ago, almost getting to 10 years now. So thank you, Dr. Paul. Your consistency is palpable. Being able to be doing the same thing for years, that's how you know someone who is a professional, when someone has been doing something for a very long time. So permit me to just do this. Just, put a smiley in the chat, just to appreciate the Dr. Paul. I don't know if they have a clap. Yeah, they have a clap. Yeah, so if you have a clap, they have a clap icon. Can you guys just put it in that comment just to appreciate him? He's been doing this thing for a very long time. It's been so long. And that's the best way to know someone that has become a thorough professional in what they are doing. Thank you, everybody, for coming. A little bit about myself, if I can just go to my next slide. Fantastic. So a bit about myself. My journey started as a musician. I was playing the piano. This was a long time ago. And started playing when I was a kid. Played a bit before I stopped playing actively. I served as music director in some churches in Lagos, but one of those small churches. I'm sure Dr. Paul does not know. But I served as music director in a couple of yes. I served as music director in a couple of about 2 redeemed churches. This was a long time ago. But before I now transited to become a music journalist and blogger, some of you might have heard of Gospeltainment. That is the platform we started 2009. This was in the days when nobody was thinking about promoting gospel music online. And we recently got an award for that, the Trailblazer Award. And it's interesting how you can do something in 2009 and you only get an award of recognition in 2023. That's so it's interesting. But so some older people might have heard of Gospeltainment because we literally started promoting gospel music on the internet. But now we have changed the name of the platform to Gospel Buzz, and some other younger persons have taken over it. So during that period, we also started an online radio station for gospel music called Gospeltainment Radio 2. We had our studio in Ikeja. Some of the popular artists were there. We ran that studio, and the station is still running. And from there, interacting with artists on a daily basis led me into, media and promotions, being a media and a promotions executive. So because we were seeing a lot of these talents, and we were seeing that, the radio and the TV, because those days radio and TV stations weren't really paying attention to gospel music. Everybody was going after the popular secular artists, right? It's not a bad thing, after all, it's business. It's all about where the money is, right? But so we started, doing promotions, helping people to promote their music online, created the whole, chain. And of course, in between all of that, I dabbled into being an artist manager. I managed about 2 artists before I just said, no, this is not for me. I don't have the strength to be running around and trying to, work with artists. I think that was one part of my journey that, anybody that has managed an artist will know how difficult it is. So from there, during all that season, I wanted to add this particular next line of my journey here because I think it's important, because we're talking about music business here and we're talking about monetization. I wrote a music business proposal for Gospeltainment that got us a Tony Elumelu grant. Some of you who are entrepreneurs here must have heard about the Tony Elumelu grant. We got that grant in 2016, 2017 for gospel music. That was the first time anybody wrote a music business plan for gospel music or gospel media. And we were worried that we might not get it because it was gospel. But it was a rigorous process. But all what that proved to me and all the people I worked with them was that there is money in music business. There is money in it, and it can be estimated, calculated, and projected, right? So I just wanted to put it there. This is not me trying to blow my trumpet or anything, but just to give you insight. So from there, we moved into digital distribution, licensing, and publishing. So I'll just move on. Now, what we're discussing today is basically music business. Dr. Paul has asked me to talk about music monetization. I'll prefer to call it music business. I just want to emphasize on the word business so that you will know. Because the challenge with artists is that they are so interested in the arts that they are not paying attention to the business. So as a musician, as an artist, what you want to do is just go and make your music in the studio. Like Dr. Paul said, you sang it in the toilet. It sounded so great. So the next thing you do is rush to the studio and then put a producer into misery, But what we want to talk about today is music business, right? And I have 2 things we want to talk about in it. One is music promotion, and the other one is music monetization. Now, if you are here and you have, promoted music before, can you just put a yes, yes, yes? You have promoted your music before, you have recorded a song and promoted it. Can you just put a yes in the comment section so that I'll see those who have promoted music before? Okay, Larry has promoted music before. Who else has, you recorded music, you brought it out from the studio, you now maybe spoke to a blogger or somebody. Let me get a yes. Johnson, TechnoSpark. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm seeing my Oga, Goswillo Tony. It's good to see you, sir. Fantastic, great. So I want to emphasize on the word business, because what I have learned in my years of working with many artists is that they don't listen to the business. They don't pay attention to the business part. They just love the fact that, they are music ministers, they are sold out to God. If you're a gospel, I know that majority of the people here are gospel artists, but if you're a secular artist, it's also almost the same thing. You are sold out to the arts, you're sold out to the process of making the music, the performance part, and the celebrity life and stardom that comes with it, but not paying attention to the business. Unfortunately, That is, the business is what powers the other part, of course, apart from the spiritual part, which is, squarely a spiritual thing. But every other thing that revolves around the success of your art, right, is the business that powers it. And if you are not paying attention to it, you will be frustrated. And trust me, I have seen my fair share of frustrated artists. I can't begin to tell you guys. I've worked with, this is probably 15 to 20 years of me working with different artists. I've seen frustration because of lack of money. I've seen frustration because of lack of money. I can't even begin to, like, the story. If I start telling stories, we'll stay here till tomorrow. But it's a business. So I said here that music promotion, we're just trying to define things. Music promotion is all the activities, strategies that you undertake to increase visibility, reach, and popularity of your musical work. So everything you do to bring eyeballs or ears to your music is called promotion, right? And monetization is basically everything you do to earn revenue from your music. So music monetization refers to the process of earning revenue from distribution, consumption, and the use of your music. Notice that they didn't just say selling of the music. Notice that they didn't just say to sell the music. They said distribution, consumption, and use of the music. Very important. And I'm going to break it down as we go further. Right. Now, I will just go over to the next. Yeah. So yeah, start with music promotion. So the first word I have here is brand identity. Brand identity is very important. And I always start with the most simple one, right? You can't be, let me start with the most simple one, brand identity. The first brand identity is your name as an artist. Your name as an artist. Unfortunately, people overlook it, but it's important. It's very important for me as a fan to be able to hear your name and be able to assume the spelling of your name and be able to search it on social media and find you. What am I saying? Your name should be so simple. Don't make things complex for your fans. The reason why a lot of artists do not become household names is because of the name they are bearing. I'll give you guys an example. I hope that brother is not here. There's a particular brother that reached out, that we were, reached out to do stuff with us. And one thing with me is I'm always selfless with my advice. I'm always selfless. I don't care whether you pay me or not. I will tell you. So he had a name, and his name was the initials of his original name. That is his legal name. He was using initials of his legal name. So imagine if somebody, as Paul is now, his name is Paul Agba. And let's add Stanley to his name. So let's add an Igbo name. He's an Igbo man. Let's add Chinonso. So his name is Paul Agba Chinonso. So imagine if Paul decides that his official artist name is the initials of his three names, Paul Agba Chinonso. So PAC. He now writes P.A.C as his name as an artist. How can I find you on social media? Who has the time to start putting dots? Because the problem with that dot is a character that will identify you and separate your name from the rest of the other people there. I don't know if this is complex, but this is important. When you are answering a name, make sure your name is simple, straight to the point. You don't need to add pianist, Paul pianist, or Stanley keyboardist in your name. There's no need for it. You can't summarize your entire music experience on the one instrument. You are limiting yourself. Check out all the popular people who you know out there. Nathaniel Bassey, Mike Abdul, Sinach. They are names that even by just hearing the name, you can call, let me secular people, Wizkid, Davido, one word, two word names. Don't go and put underscore, comma, full stop in your names, you will complicate things for yourself. So make sure that your brand is simple and relatable. Very important. If you're answering a complex name, do away with it, right? Then number 2 is that name you have chosen, make sure that your social media handles are the same all over. Why am I sharing this thing? They are part of promotion. The first part of promotion is brand identity, brand recognition. Because what the whole idea around promotion is for people to see your brand and recognize your brand immediately. When they see a music that is your music, they recognize it immediately. When they hear a sound that is your sound, they recognize it immediately. When they hear, everywhere you hear a particular type of music, you can easily say this is the artist because of brand identity. I'm not going to dwell on how you look or what you dress or how your hair is. I'm interested in the part that makes money, which is your name and the consistency of your name all over social media. So I said that brand consistency across board, priming your social media pages, verifying and claiming your social media pages. Now, that's another important one. Every time you distribute music to the digital stores, please, if you're hearing me, just put yes, 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 yes. Let me be sure that you're still hearing me. Yes, 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 yes. If you're hearing me, yes. I'm looking forward to seeing your yes. If you're hearing me, fantastic. I can see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Dr. Paul, please just hold me to time so that I don't get passionate and keep going. So now, verify and claim your social media pages and your digital pages. If you can verify your social media pages, verify them, right? Then make sure they are the same name across. If you are, like my name is I am Perry Martins, I am Perry Martins is what I answer on all social media, every social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you go, I am the only I am Perry Martins. Look for a name that is consistent because it's important. You need people to be able to find you easily and not confuse you with another person. It's part of how your brand stands out and you become popular and you become known. Even if it's 2,000 followers you have, let those 2,000 followers be die-hard fans who know you like the back of their fingers. It's very important. So now, if you can verify your social media handles, verify them. But the one that you should mostly verify is your digital streaming accounts. Every time you release music to the digital stores, they create an account for you. If your music is on Spotify, they will first of all create an account for you before they now put your music under that account. Now you are not the one that created the account. Your digital distributor created it, but you can claim that account. There are several ways you can claim that account so that they will verify it that you, the owner of this account, has taken control of the account. So that's what I mean by verifying your claim on your social media. I'm going to explain more how this helps you in your promotion and how you make more money. But just keep this, just write it down. So I hope you're writing, because the things I'm sharing here is going to help you. If you have been struggling with your music, struggling with making money, these are the small, small things that make the difference between you and the other person. Verify and claim your social media pages. Number 2, create a promotional plan. I think the one thing I've noticed is artists have plans for everything but promotion. They have plans for their production. They know what the music should sound like. They know the sound they want to have. They know, at least they know to an extent before they meet the producer. But always artists don't have a promotional plan. If you ask them, what is the promotional plan? Meaning, what are the series of activities that should be executed from the moment you start recording till the time you release that music? That's a promotional plan. Series of activities. What do you want to do? And what budget do you have? How much have you kept aside? That's another thing. And people can have plan and money set aside for production. But when you now begin to talk about promotion, they will tell you that the Lord will promote it. God will promote it. God will promote it. So please have a promotional plan. Schedule daily and weekly promotional and marketing activity for that music. You have gone to Dr. Paul You people have talked and maybe you have recorded everything. You know, he has given you your sound recording, he has given you your visual recording, right? And then what you just want to do is upload it on YouTube and go and sleep. No, it does not work like that. Have a promotional plan. What are we doing? You know, you have to have a calendar, a promotional calendar that will say, oh, my promotion is starting for the next. In fact, I always recommend 2 months ahead of time. If you're going to release a song, start the promotional plan and execution 2 months ahead of time, ahead of the release date, the date that you want everybody, the world to know you're releasing music. Have a 2 months plan, because there are a lot of things that the activities you should set. Those activities are what I've listed in the preparing for publicity, pre-release publicity, post-release publicity. So have a calendar schedule for the activities you want to do. So now the next thing is preparing for publicity. You have to prepare for publicity, and the things you need to prepare is, number one, you need to have a biography about you. Always update your musical journey, your musical history. That is your bio. Your bio contains a brief about you. You know, when you started music, how you started music, how many songs have you done, who have you featured, who have you, because radio and TV stations need that information. So you always have a bio at hand, always. And if you have, and every year update it, or even quarterly, you update it with the new things you have done. You have recorded new songs, you have worked with certain so and so producer, you have collaborated with so and so artists, add them in. You always have a bio, because press people will need it. You should be able to send it, you should be able to send it immediately, right? Have your EPK. EPK is electronic press kit. Electronic press kit basically is a collection of your press release or your bio, your pictures, professionally shot pictures. Go to the studio and shoot pictures. Don't give your friend your iPhone to now take a picture of you, you know, or in front of the flower or in front of the church. Then you now want to send it to a promoter as your EPK. Please, please help us to help your life. Go to a studio, shoot professional pictures, go with different change of clothing, or if you can call it costume, depending on how you want your brand to be seen, right? I'm not going to dwell in other brand one, but I'll just tell you the basics. So your EPK is your electronic press kit. It's a digital format of your bio, a small press release about the particular song you're about to release. You know, you should engage a media person to do this for you, and your pictures, good quality pictures, and then the links to your song, whether they are on Boomplay or Spotify or YouTube. You have a file link that contains everything. So all this put together is called an EPK, a press kit. And that's what you send out to media houses to work with you, to use to work for you. So have a press release ready, have your EPK ready, then have a plan for promotion, and have your promotion and marketing materials. What are your promotion and marketing materials? Your flyers, your pre-release flyers, your post-release flyers. When you are still in the recording process, take pictures. Take pictures, because you don't want to start promotion and after 1 week you have exhausted all the graphic design that your designer did for you. You don't have any content anymore. You don't have any plan. You know, you are not engaging your fans in through the process. So as you're going through that recording phase, as you're making the music in the studio or in the live recording location, take pictures, make videos, capture moments, because those are the content you're going to need for your promotional process. Capture moments that you are with the producer, the moments you are with your backup artist, the moments you are with your featured artist, because you're going to need it to tell a story. Publicity is about telling story. You need pictures, moments to tell story. So apart from the materials you have captured during the production process, create content, things like lyric video, things like viral video, things like create dance challenge videos that you are going to use depending on the type of music you are making. If it's a dancey one, or if it's a worship one, if it's a sentimental one, let there be ingenuity and creativity. So that's why the other thing I said is gather content for promotion, put together different content, and have a plan. Decide whether you want to do giveaways, or you want to do a challenge, or you want fans to mime to the music, or you want to do an open verse. There are several ways you can get ready for your publicity. An open verse is when you do one verse and you leave an open one or two bar for people to jump on the song. It's a way of making your song popular. So I believe you guys already know that. So the next process is the pre-release publicity. Pre-release publicity is when you begin to create anticipation. All the activities that you do to create anticipation, to let people know that you have a song coming out, to let people know you have a song coming out. Maybe you can release a clip, show clips from the studio and live recording activities, put out anticipation flyers. You can start a countdown, oh, 10 days to go, 20 days to go, things like that. You create anticipation. You can even have a fan, you should even have a fan club. You can create a WhatsApp, look for one of your closest friends, because it is people that listen to music. In your church, get all your choir people, let them become part of your fan base. In your, whether you are in school or anywhere, get people, look for certain persons that make them the ringleader of your fan base, because you need it, right? So we say, have anticipation flyers, do a countdown if you have to, do live discussions. What do I mean by this? You are releasing a new music, you feature people in the music, do Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and let the people who participated in the production come and talk about the music. Maybe bring the collaborating artist or your backup artist. All of you just come on Instagram Live and talk about the whole production process, how it went, which part of the music they like best. It helps to create anticipation with fan base. And when you feature someone else on your Instagram Live or your Facebook Live or your TikTok Live, their own followers come to join. So before you know it, you are creating a small buzz around all the followers of all the people who are part of the production. So, drive activity, drive buzz around the music by, enable discussion. So interview the participants who participated in the music production, maybe the drummer or the bassist. Let them come and share on social media how they felt making the music, what was inspiring to them about the music, what were the technicalities, why should people look forward to your music? So that, then the other one again I want to share is playlisting. This is very important, and this is a pre-release activity. Playlisting, we can't talk about playlisting without talking about digital distribution, right? So playlisting is when or playlist pitching is when you talk to the digital distribution platforms. I'm talking about Spotify, iTunes, Boomplay, where you pitch your music to them. Basically, pitching is that you are trying to convince them to support you in promoting your music for X, Y, Z, ABC reasons. A good example is Spotify. They have a pitching feature, right? And the only way you can know about this is if you claim your account. Remember, I said in the first point that you have to claim your social media account. After you have claimed it, you will now have access to the login of the dashboard. Sometimes you are expecting the distributor to do it for you. No, this is part of the music business activity you have to do for yourself, or you have a team around you that can do it for you. So pitching is when you have an opportunity to tell a service provider, either Spotify, Boomplay, tell them about your music, why your music is great, what is special about that music, why should they support you? They want to support you, but they want you to convince them why your music is special. And, and in that process, they will also ask you, Who are the likely fans that would listen to your music? Is there anybody who is popular now who you think their fans are your fans? Now, so that they will be able to do now, when you pitch and you are successful with your pitch, what they will do is that they will send notifications to their millions of listeners and tell them about your music, that your music is coming out, that they should check it out. On the day your music will drop, they'll put it in their release radar, they will include it in their playlist. And there's nothing else you want as an artist than for you to get into that editorial playlist of Spotify or Boomplay or iTunes or any of those platforms, because it means that automatically your song is exposed to millions of listeners who will check your music out. So, but I'm looking forward to the questions around it. Post-release publicity. On that day that your song is dropping, what are you supposed to do? Have a fan link. A fan link is a link tree that contains all the other links or all the other digital stores where your music is. Because everybody does not listen to music in one place. One person can prefer Spotify, another person can prefer YouTube, right? So you have a fan link. Now, have plans to run social media campaigns apart from just posting on social media. Oh, Dr. Paul is calling me, sorry. Oh, I mean, we are running out of time. Sorry, guys. Let me quickly see what Paul is saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's saying I should round up. Okay, fantastic. Let me quickly go over. So music monetization, let me start rounding up. So the next step is music monetization. And in music monetization, I said number one thing here is preparing for music monetization. You have to have your audio, your video, your cover art design, your lyrics is important. Your lyrics is important. Please make sure that you write out your lyrics because it's part of monetization. But many times people do not know, right? So your lyrics is important. Then the legals, that is the contract. If you are recording with people, you're supposed to have contracts that are signed that will state exactly what their job is and what they are getting. You know, I think Dr. Paul also probably will have something like that. If you're featuring people in your music, you should have your legal sorted out. If you're doing the cover of somebody's music, get their authorization. If you are featuring people, have your split sheet that that determines who gets what, right? So have all that in check. Now, one way to monetize your music is digital distribution, meaning sign up with a digital distributor and they will send your music to all the digital platforms. Another way to monetize your music is UGCs, user-generated content. Now, if you distribute your music with the right distributor, they will make your music available on the social platforms. They will make your music available on the social platforms. So UGCs is when people use your music from the social platforms to make videos, to put it in their pictures or whatever they do with it. It's a good way to earn revenue. It's a good way to get your fans to participate in promoting your music. Let them use your music, right? But the mistake you always do is that you want to take the external one. You want to take the external music from your phone or from the one the producer gave you and make a video and post it. Why don't you use the one that is registered in the digital stores? Because that way you make money and they will not ban your social media handle. That one is a business for another day. Physical sales, now, it might not be applicable now because nobody buys CDs again. Publishing and performance rights. I wish I could dwell on this, but my time is up. But this is another way that you're going to earn revenue from performance. It's very important. If your music is played on radio, television, you're supposed to be paid for it, both in Nigeria and in other places around the world that have that law, right? But I don't have time, I have to rush. Sync licensing is when your music is used. We still have another session next month. Okay, sir, all right. So sync licensing is when your music is used in television programs, radio programs. If Mama Oji is here, she'll probably have a lot of experience around that. Lyrics publishing is important. Always publish because revenue from it. Merchandising. is when you have t-shirts and videos or t-shirts or any other thing you sell around your music. Now, in conclusion, music is business, therefore you must approach it as such. That's the first thing I want to leave you with. The second thing is get a team around you, get a business team around you. Number three, get knowledge around music business, music promotion, and marketing. Get knowledge is very important. This state training is brought to you by Uvera and St. Harmony. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Brian Martins, and we look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, can you put a smiley that describes what you have been? If you enjoyed this meeting so far, rate it from 1 to 10. Let's say from 1 to 10. If you've got value from this meeting, just put it in the chat from 1 to 10. Let me know if we have communicated. Uh, oh, lovely. I'm seeing 10. Thank you. Thank you. Just from 1 to 10, if you've gotten value, oh, 10, 10. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So, okay, let me also ask, how many of us would like us to do this again? Maybe because we plan to do this once every month to bring real, authentic, information that will help you all through from the inception of your singing, of the music till the promotion. Okay, how many of us would like to see that? If you would like that, say me in the chat. Let me just be sure. So we know that we should call it a day from here as in not having it again. Let me see. Oh, lovely. Some people want us to keep having it. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, it's free of charge. So we're not charging. We just want to give out this information because too many people are struggling. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. I want to take questions. You can unmute yourself and ask questions. If you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand so that we can take questions. We have about 10, 15 minutes. I don't want to burn all your data this evening. So let's just give ourselves like 10, 15 minutes and take a few questions, and then I'll say the final words, and then we call it a night. Okay? It's supposed to be 1.5 hours meeting. So we started since about after 7. This is after 8. So please, you can unmute yourself, just tell us tell us your question, whatever, so that we can answer it. You have a question for me, or you have a question for Mr. Perry. Okay, please, let's go now. Is anybody talking?
You can also type your question in
okay, you can also type
type your question, yes, in the chat, and then we'll respond to you.
It's like we don't have any questions.
Thank you so much, DKTA Paul, and I am Perry Martins. I have known DKTA, and it's also a great thing, a great privilege, also learning also from his wealth of experience. And thank you also, Perry Martins. I think I'm just getting to hear of you, and this was really insightful. So just to be fast, I have a question. And you said something very, that's Perry Martin, you said something very important concerning branding, and then the importance of having a unified brand name across all social media platforms. In the event that one already has sort of slightly different names, can that be corrected?
Okay, thank you, Ugochukwu, right? Your name is Udochukwu, sorry.
Udochukwu, yes.
Yeah. Yes, you can correct it. I think most of the social platforms allow you to be able to change your name, right? Some are more strict, others are more lenient. But yes, you can change your names across the social media platforms. Yes, I think you should be able to do that. So you look for the one that is, so basically what I advise people to do is, if you look for one of the names or one of the platforms that are less likely to allow you to change your name, and then use that one to synchronize all the other ones that allow you to change your name. I can't remember which is more strict now, whether it is Facebook or Twitter or, the rest. But look for the one that is easier and then use it to, synchronize with all the other ones. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. My name is Larry. I thank you for tonight and the knowledge that you brought to us, Dr. Paul and Mr. Terry Martins. Thank you for the knowledge to us. Well, my question is about the promotion. Is there any how can we connect to you if in the course of promoting songs after the recording, how can we connect to you? And is it also possible for you to tell us here like your charges, if you're permitted to do that? So that's my question, sir.
Okay, so I'm not sure I can start telling you charges here, but I think St. Harmony has a process in-house that can help you to know how to work with us, basically. Yeah. We are squarely a digital distribution platform. Promotion is what we do by the side, and I think we already have an arrangement with St. Harmony. So I think Dr. Paul's people can take your details, or you can reach out to them. I think Dr. Paul, you can drop the details of how that can be done.
All right. I was waiting to the end of the meeting to say one or two things about such, but thank you very much for answering that. And thank you, Larry. Larry, did you hear his response?
Yes, sir. I heard his response, sir. Yeah.
I will, yeah. With it, right?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will discuss with you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're running out of time. Any other questions for Mr. Perry or for me? So that we can have it.
I know you mentioned about Mr. Perry, about claiming your digital pages. I don't know if you can shed more light. I just need clarity on that a little bit more.
All right, Mr. Corey, thank you for that question. The truth is, there's a lot I would like to share, but it's just that we don't have that time, so maybe another time. Or if you follow me on social media, I normally share tips. So because I believe in educating. The education is important. The biggest undoing of music artists is not having knowledge. The biggest undoing. So talking about sharing, claiming your social media pages. Okay, yeah, there's a question here also from Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Oji. She says, how does one reclaim their digital page? Fantastic. So I'm just going to answer all of that question in one. Now, let me start with the popular ones. The popular, digital platforms are, let's say, number one is Spotify. If you are in Nigeria, you are probably using Boomplay. Boomplay. There is YouTube, right? There's YouTube, right? So I'm just going to share a bit about each of them. Now for Spotify, right? They have a link called artist.spotify.com. Artist.spotify.com. If Paul allows me, I can just get the link and share it in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So if you go to artist.spotify.com, I'm going to share it in the group, right? So if you go to artist.spotify.com, you will see claim. If you go to that page, you will see get access somewhere at the top right corner. Then if you click on get access, you should already have a regular Spotify account, as a regular listener. If you don't, just create one. It's free of charge, right? So because when you go to that artist.spotify.com, they will want you to, first of all, log into your regular account as a listener, as a normal user, right? Now, you will see get access. If you click on get access, it's going to open a claim page for you, and it will ask you, are you an artist, a manager, or you are a member of the label? Now, remember that every artist is under a label, whether you are an independent artist or belong to a label. If you are an independent artist, create a label for yourself. You are the label, you are the artist, right? So it's going to ask you if you are an artist. So if you click that you are an artist, it will now log you into that your account, because or it will ask you to log into that your account. When you are logged in, it will now ask you to claim your artist profile. And the way to do that, it will require you to connect your Spotify regular account to one of your social media pages or put in your website. What they are trying to do is to confirm that the name you claimed as an artist and your social media handle is the same, and it is the same person, and that they just want to see that there are traces of your social media that says you are an artist, and your name is the name of that particular artist you say you are. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. Please say yes, yes, or no, no in the comment section. Let me be sure I'm passing across information to you. So when you go to that page, you click on get access. When you click on get access, it will ask you to choose whether you are an artist or a label. If you say you are an artist, it will ask you for your artist name. You will type it. It will bring out the names that are the same name with the name you search. Then you will now have to select which one is yours. Don't choose the one that is not your own, in case your name is a generic name that there are several other people answering the same name, which is why I always encourage artists answer a unique name. Now, when you choose it, it will ask you to connect either your website or your social media page, specifically your Instagram. Once you connect it, it normally takes like 24 or 48 hours. Once the connection is done and it's right, they will give you access. They will send you a message in your mail that you have been given access to that page. So you can now log in and be able to access your page, your account. Now, the beautiful thing about having access to the dashboard or the back end of your Spotify page is that you can do a lot. When you release a music, you can see the music before it comes out to everybody. So let's say your digital distributor has set your music for release, right? You can see it, because that's how you can be able to pitch. You will be able to see the people listening to your music immediately. Like if your music is in the digital stores now and you have access to your back end, you can see people listening to your music that moment. If everybody is listening to your music, you will see live reports, right? So these are a lot of advantages. So that's for Spotify. For Boomplay, they have the same thing. You have to have the Boomplay app. If you go to the profile, you will see choose artist and then claim your account. The same thing with Boomplay. YouTube, it's your digital distributor that will do that for you. And YouTube, they call their own official artist channel, OAC, official artist channel. So if you go go to a YouTube page and you see a gray tick, like a verification tick, and that's how. So once you claim your account, you see a tick as if you are like the way you see on Instagram when people are verified. The same thing. So for YouTube, it's your digital distributor that will do it for you. You send a mail to your distributor, tell them that you want to claim your YouTube account. So what they will do is they will ask you for the UPC code of your songs. They will ask you for your official channel. That is the one you created yourself. Then YouTube already has some channel it created for you. Encourage them to join. Okay, yes. So please, there's a lot to learn. So make sure you follow up in the group and join next month. There's a lot to learn, right? There's a lot to learn, especially if you're an independent artist and you don't have a team, you don't have a label. People in labels enjoy these things because they have a lot of hands working for them, But if you're an independent artist, you can put a small team around you. Actually, it's not hard. So for YouTube, you just talk to your digital distributor. They will request for your YouTube official, from YouTube, they will request an official artist channel for you. And that would, so what they'll do is they will collate all your pages into one page and give you access to it, both your topic page and your official page or any other page you have. So that is how to claim your accounts on these platforms. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, yeah. Can I just come in quickly? And there's one question in the group, in the chat. I think we should look at it. Let's just take that as a final question for the night because time is really fast spent, and I want everybody to go have a rest. Today is Sunday. Okay. So please, can you take that so that we can round up? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the next question is, must you build a fan base before you can make money from your song? When a song is good, cannot it sell itself on these various platforms? No, uncle, no. No. The people that will listen to your music are your fans. A song does not, that idea that a song sells itself is not really true. It's not true. If you don't promote a song, nobody will hear, no matter how fantastic a song is. If a song is not promoted, is not marketed, please, there's a difference between digital distribution and marketing. There's a difference between digital distribution and promotion. There are two different things. Many times we face this challenge. Somebody will distribute music and then they will now start holding the distributor. Hey, my song is not making money. It's not the job of the distributor to help to make your song make money. No. It's the job of your promoter, the promoter or the market. In fact, it's your job. If you engage a promotion or a marketing person to market your music, the same way if you have a product, you will do advertisement, you will call customers. Let's say you own a shop, you're selling a product. You don't just put the product in the shop and then you're waiting for customers to come and buy. You have to be shouting about it. Oh, I have this original made in Taiwan, headlights, headlamp, or whatever, or clothes, come and buy. It's the same thing with music. Because you're not the only person that has a good music out there. Remember, like Dr. Paul said, you are also hustling for the same fan base as all the popular people out there who are doing a lot. So it's not enough for you to make great music and my music is fine. The anointing on that music is powerful. It's not enough. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you want me to tell you otherwise, but I'm sorry. It's not enough. And unfortunately, these things are not talked about, especially for gospel artists. For secular people, they already know what they are dealing with. So they come in with their gloves put on and ready to fight. But for gospel people, we have a laissez-faire attitude to music promotion and marketing. But that has been changing lately. But we have a very laissez-faire, very laid back. The Lord will do it, don't worry. Just, what I'm saying is that you have to have a marketing and promotional budget and plan and strategy. You have to have it. You know, music does not sell itself. I'm sorry if you, I'm the wrong person to, you know, to talk to tell that, because I mean, people that know me know me. Thank God, Mr. Godswill is my friend on Facebook. He knows how I keep shouting and keep telling artists, you can't dump your music on a distro, and after 3 months you come and start asking for money. You will not see nada. You have to make moves to push and promote your music. So to answer your question, Mr. Blessing, to answer your question, you need a fan base. I can't even, your fan base see, you need a paying fan base. You need a fan base that will stream your music, not just fan base. A fan base that will go and that will shout about your music. A fan base that will be telling all their brothers and sisters, come, this guy's song is mad. The worship is tight. The anointing is crazy. Come and listen to it. You need a fan base. You need it. Because they are the first set of people, because only you cannot push your music. They are the first set of people that will begin to shout about your music, make noise, from your family members to your church members, to the people in your school, to whatever group you belong to. You need to build a fan base. It's your fans that make your music make money. So I will stop there.
Okay, thank you
Thank you.
everybody. I want to appreciate everybody who has taken our time, bought data, spent the time after such a long service today in church, for some of us. So I want to appreciate you all. The WhatsApp group is there for us to chat, but if you notice, it's set to admins only for now. Now, I don't want that a WhatsApp group that will be disturbing people here and there. So what we are deciding to do is that on Saturdays, we shall open up the group for people to chat, and then I or Mr. Perry will, throw one or two discussions, and then we'll just talk about something just on Saturdays for now, okay, because when everybody is busy. So be on that group. People can still join the group, okay. We just want to build a community, because if you have a large community, it can also help you, there are going to be rules for the group, so I'll also post that as time goes on. So most of the things we have discussed here, we'll still take it up then. Then we'll take a poll in the group so that we'll know when next we should have. We're looking at having once at least a month. Each month we'll have just 1.5 hours from 7 to 8:30. We'll talk. I will address something musical. He talks about something promotional, because this is a two-edged sword. There are so many beautiful songs. In fact, I can tell you that the best songs are not yet heard. They are still in studios. They are still in, so, but if we can bridge the gap between the production side and the promotion side, I think success will be much more guaranteed. So that is the aim of all this. Then before we go, for those of us who want to work with us, Mr. Larry asked the question. I think I should address it now too. Now, I said at the beginning that there is a partnership, very tight partnership built over a period with not just Perry Martins as a person, but as with Libera.com, which is a distribution platform, okay, an online distribution platform. They also have a promotion arms too, which they have a package for clients that come through St. Harmony, through our St. Harmony project, like Bosch Lights, or if you work with me. Okay, so it's different from when you just go to them directly. Okay, so it's actually to Mr. Larry's favor that he comes through me, because just like we enter the throne of God through the blood of Jesus, So I'm sure Perry will be laughing by now. Okay, so but that is actually the truth. So there are people who are actually registering for our next recording. Our next recording will come up maybe next month or so. We have not filled up the slots now. So for Bosch Lights, okay. So that is what we are trying to do now. I thank God some of you that are on this group have actually made payments for the next Bosch Light. So it's a live recording platform that we have, more or less studio live recording. Take care of musicians. We provide musicians where you don't have musicians. We provide a band if you don't have a band. The studio, post-production, everything, the video. Just more or less it's done for you, live recording. That takes away all the stress. And beyond that, you see all those things I talked about planning, all those consultation things you need. I do that for free for those people who are actually subscribed to that want to participate in this recording. Some of you have already done it before. Mama Ngozi Oji has participated before. Udo has participated before. and some other people I see on this group. So you want to know the price? Well, this is supposed to go for 400,000, but we are bringing it down to 350 for those of us who want to take advantage of that platform to record your song. So if you are interested, you can hit me up privately, and then I can tell you more about it. So thank you once again. Thank you everybody for taking at this time. God bless you. My prayer for us that this year, the world will hear about us. Your music will go beyond the boundaries and achieve success for you. And God will use you to meet and reach out to your fans, to people who need to listen to you. And God bless you. So let's talk more later on Saturday, next week Saturday, talk a little bit more on the WhatsApp group, and then we'll decide when next month we shall have this meeting again. So Mr. Perry, we will have to take all this talk. We need to take it and break it down one by one. I was trying to slow him down. He was talking too fast. We need to break it down, because this is really where we have problem. Okay, so I believe that God will help us. Thank you once again. Thank you, Mr. Perry. Any last words, Mr. Perry?
Hello, Dr. Paul.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. Goswell. Nice to see you here, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I really want to appreciate you and my uncle, Mr. Perry. But there's something I want to quickly put out to you. I think you're also guilty of what you're asking us to do. Because honestly, what you have done today, I don't know how much anyone can pay to get this thing outside. So, and then looking at, we have just like 16 people here. So I want to ask, are you going to get snippets of this, even the Fogmon we belong to? I mean, this is what it's all about. And even on social media, I don't know how you want to do about it, because we need to have like 100 or 200 people on this. This information you are giving here, if I had this information when I started my first album in 2005 or 6, it will not be the same. So I'm asking, what are you going to do to really push this information out, to publicize this thing? Because honestly, every gospel artist need to hear this, because they keep making the same mistake, and we keep having the same issues. So please, you need to find a way to make sure this information and how to come into this platform gets out there, especially we have a lot of gospel platforms or meeting where we discuss nonsense instead of discussing things like this. So please, I don't know how you're going to do it. I want to thank you again. I really appreciate this you have done. I've also learned a lot, even much more. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a privilege having you here, sir. Yeah, we are open to partner with you or partner with anybody who, to push beyond where we are. Remember, it's free. It's not as if we don't know where to go, but of course, we want to keep it free for now. This just this so that everybody can be carried along, okay, and tag along. In the WhatsApp group, we have about over 100 people on the WhatsApp group. The link has been posted there. So, but we have this number here. So probably it's data or whatever the reason would be. So, but thank God it's being recorded, and we're going to try and share the recordings. We may need to edit it a little bit, and then we'll put out the link, okay, and to you, so everybody can actually have advantage of listening to it. But I mean, Mama Ngozi is here, and it was posted on Fogmon. The flyer was also posted on Fogmon platform, which I'm also part of the platform as well. So, word of mouth, we can talk about this. You can tell our people to join us. We want to make this a regular affair. For now, I want to make it once a month. And we believe it's going to get bigger. We hope to have even the Zoom platform is being paid for. So even if it's free to you, it's not free to me. It's not free. So, well, it's the passion that is driving me. So if you want to partner on the sidelines or behind the scene, please, anybody, you can reach out to me so we can make this go viral, make it go faster, and get more people involved in learning what they need to learn to get to the next level. All right. Thank you so much once again, sir. Anybody, Mama Ngozi, you didn't say anything. Please, I think we need to start closing now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Okay. Well, I don't have much to say. I just want to thank you, Dr. Paul, and Mr. Perry Martins, for this awesome. This is a very good, honestly, very good innovation, and that's why I had to, no matter what I'm doing, I had to just, queue in, join. No knowledge is wasted, and this is huge. This is awesome. This is really what a whole lot of us need, because the Bible says there are people perish for lack of knowledge, and most of us are perishing because we don't have the knowledge. You know, we learn every day, and I thank God that we came up with this, great program, to enlighten us and enlighten people. So I just want to thank you. I'll have more, maybe when we talk on Saturday, I'll be more organized to ask more questions probably on the platform. But for now, I just want to appreciate everyone. I appreciate you guys for what you have just started. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I apologize for taking us this long. This is the first day, so it's meant to be 7 to 8:30, not a minute beyond that. So we don't want to take too much of the time, but want to give value in the short time available. So thank you. God bless you. I'll see you. Chat. I'll send you a few messages on the group, and then we'll chat a little bit on Saturday for those who are, and everybody. People can still join the group. Tell people, let everybody. People can join the group. I'll still send more the links. Some of you have the links already. Share the links, let people join the group so that we can build the community of people who know what they should do. All right. God bless you. Thank you, and have a beautiful night. Thank you, Perry, once again. Perry is in Dubai, by the way. It's not even around, so. But thank you so much, and God bless you all. Have a beautiful night. Good night.